Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will show you 5 tips on how to win at checkers. There are many variations of checkers with different rules of the game, but these tips apply to each variation. In the end of this video I will tell you what else you can do to play even better. A game of checkers is like a battle, and a single checker, a single piece, just like a single soldier on a battlefield, is not so strong. But pieces can work together to build a strong formations. For example, in this position, white can play this move. And after making it, those 3 pieces, standing one behind the other, are forming the column. Column is the formation of 3 pieces standing on one diagonal, and it can be used to make a combination. In this position, your opponent can make a mistake by playing this move, and it's time to use the structure, the formation. The first front piece of a column is the one to be sacrificed. The middle piece of a column is the one that captures, that jumps. And the last one, standing behind the other 2, is the base piece, supporting one. How does it work? You play this move and force your opponent to capture. And now, thanks to this base piece, your opponent can't capture another one. So his move ends here. And the middle one, just like I said, is doing the hard work, captures 3 opponent's pieces and gives you the victory. The goal of game of checkers is to capture all your opponent's checkers or pieces. So checkers beginners think like, I don't want to lose any single of my checkers because it will help my opponent to achieve that goal. And that's a mistake, because you can use the rules of the game. You can use the fact that capturing is mandatory to get an advantage. For example, like in this position. You sacrifice your piece, your opponent captures, you take 2, he captures, and the turn goes to you. You sacrifice another one, he takes, and you take 3 straight to a king. So don't be afraid to lose your pieces. You can use it to win many games. Checkers is a very tactical game, which means that you and your opponent can make a lot of combinations using the rules of the game. So your job is not to let your opponent to make a combination. You should check all the capturing possibilities in the position, and what is even more important, you should cover the gaps, the empty squares between your pieces. Looking at the position, we can see that this square is a gap that could allow your opponent to capture many of your pieces straight to a king. So your job now should be to cover this gap. And the best way to do it is to play this move. Because if you would play the other move, for example this one, your opponent could make a combination. Sacrificing one piece, you must take, and he takes 3 pieces straight to a king. You must be very careful, because in this position it is not even good to play this move. Of course, the gap is covered, but your opponent now can uncover it again by sacrificing 1 extra piece. You take, another one, you take, and he takes to the king. Cover the gaps, and please do it carefully. Consider playing to the center and not to the edges of the board. I know that checkers beginners feel like once their pieces are standing on the sides, it's more difficult to capture them, and of course that is true. But once your tactical and combinational skills will improve, it will turn out that the game becomes more strategical. And as you can see on the board, the central pieces standing on the central squares marked in green control a big area of the board, control a lot of space. And also those pieces limit the possibilities of opponents' edge pieces marked in red. A game of checkers is also about predicting the future. But you don't need crystal ball for it, because you precisely know what is the position of your opponent's pieces. And you can, and even you should, check move after move your opponent's possibilities. In this position, white pieces are on the move. And before the move, you should ask yourself, what are my opponent's possible moves? After a short deduction, it will go like this move is the possibility, and also this move. And the question to you is, can I somehow limit all those moves? And the answer is, of course you can, by making this move. Now, no matter where your opponent goes, he will lose pieces and you will win the game, because you are checking the possibilities of him. Now, once you know the basics, what can you do to play checkers better? Checkers is not a simple game, but it is worth playing because it offers a lot of benefits. It improves concentration, imagination and memory, and if you play well, you can play in the tournaments around the world. So the first 3 things to improve are practice, practice and practice. Play checkers as much as you can against as many opponents as you can. Make mistakes, because they can't be avoided, learn from them and play again. The fastest way to improve is to have the right teacher. So if you need support and a good teacher, please consider subscribing to checkersTV YouTube channel and go to the website checkers.tv, where you will find playing courses prepared by the best checkers players in the world. I hope you enjoyed this lesson and see you in the next video.